It is a warm welcome to you viewers. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Crime and Road Safety Watch, a program brought to you screens by the Zimbabwe Republic Police. My name is Onesisa Sivanda. The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, recently renamed Tomlinson Depot to Chimoyo Police Camp. This is a deliberate move by the Second Republic to preserve the cultural heritage of Zimbabwe.
It is with great honor and a sense of pride that I join you at this momentous occasion to officiate this ceremony marking the unveiling of the new name of Tomlinson Depot. This cantonment area will now be called Chimoyo Camp Depot. Colonialism saw the naming of places and institutions being used as a means of disposition, both physically and psychologically, for asserting dominion over us, the rightful owners of the land and the space. As such, following the advent of the Second Republic, my administration took a deliberate decision to accelerate the name changes of numerous strategic national institutions, buildings, and streets across the country. These name changes are an important tool for preserving our heritage. Hence, we are ensuring that the choice of names always echo the correct historical narratives of our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe.
The event also saw the commissioning of 4 blocks of residential flats for use by the police.
The commissioning of these 4 blocks of residential flats is part of my government's efforts towards ensuring better working and safe conditions for our public officers. Our public servants require safe and good places to stay with their families, for them to be effective in the delivery of quality service to the nation. This is no different for our country's police officers, who carry out very important and demanding roles in our society by maintaining law and order, as well as safeguarding our peace and security. My administration, under my watch, will continue to explore innovative ideas and strategies to provide decent institutional accommodation for my officers.
The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, appreciated the government for this gesture.
It is pleasing to note that availing of accommodation to the people of Zimbabwe, and indeed government employees, is part of your greater national vision, Your Excellency, that of housing for all by 2030. We are therefore privileged as a ministry that one of our departments, the S30E10, has been honored with these newly constructed flats. Furthermore, Your Excellency, we are deeply grateful that despite numerous competing demands, your government remains committed to availing resources for the flawless execution of our mandate. We therefore remain indebted to this progress and development-oriented support towards the police. We remain confident, Your Excellency, that the brick-by-brick strategy that your Second Republic is implementing will certainly culminate in the construction of more residential quarters for the police service that benchmark well with other police organizations across the region and beyond.
This year, Zimbabwe was honored to host the 9th edition of the African Contact Network Conference at the Interpol Regional Bureau offices in Harare. The African Contact Officers Network comprises of officers appointed as contact officers at the Interpol National Central Bureaus, NCBs, of each of the countries of the African region represented at Interpol, and their aim is to facilitate police cooperation between the NCBs in the region about international crime investigations. The Commissioner General of Police, Stephen Mutamba, officiated at the opening ceremony of this conference.
This 9th African Contact Officers Network marks a milestone in a collective continental trajectory towards police cooperation. The complex and fluid nature of transnational organized crimes we face today demand that we weave stronger and seamless networks. These sustained contact officers network meetings are indeed praiseworthy steps in the right direction. We must therefore, as law enforcement agencies, continue to redouble and galvanize every effort that feeds into cooperation towards peace and security in our region. A Pan-African spirit akin to that of the continent's founding fathers must permeate this meeting and imbue each one of you as we seek to move forward in unison. The diversity of our rich cultures and the shared historical heritage of protracted struggles for self-determination must remind us all that we are one people bound by a common destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, as we convene here, we are reminded of the rapidly evolving landscape of transnational organized crime, which poses significant challenges to law enforcement agencies worldwide. Your role, therefore, as participants is crucial in addressing these challenges to ensure a safer world. I therefore would like to express my sincere gratitude to AFRIPOL and Interpol for their invaluable support and assistance in making this meeting possible. I'm also confident that the knowledge and skills you will acquire during this meeting will be invaluable in your efforts to protect your respective countries and communities from the scourge of crime.
Objectives of these meetings are very few, but then maybe I should just indicate that on top of the list is to reinvigorate the African Contact Officers Network. It has been a while not meeting, and then this meeting will then give us the opportunity just to inject a bit of energy in it. And then also to establish professional relationship between the NCBs. The idea is to strengthen our work, the existing work that we have. And then also to define common approaches for improving network efficiency. And of course, the exchange of experience. In this room, I believe we have officers that have dealt with cases. And then it's your time then to exchange notes.
The opportunity to meet once again face-to-face presents invaluable and a very deepening experience. After a further decade-long of changes, the world has gone tremendous changes, so is organized crime. We are grateful to have this meeting in person, where representatives of the focal points from member states will be exchanging ideas, and then we'll be putting mechanisms that will ensure that we come up with formidable mechanism of fighting organized crime.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police continues to record success stories in dealing with drug peddlers, and a large number of arrests were made and numerous drug contrabands were seized by law enforcers. Recently, these drugs were destroyed at Sally Mugabe Central Hospital. The national spokesperson, Commissioner Paul Nyati, speaks on this.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police and other stakeholders, we include the National Prosecuting Authority, the officials from the Ministry of Health and Child Care, and also the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe. They are witnessing the destruction of exhibits which comprise drugs, which comprise substances, where the suspects were arrested, cases taken to court, they were convicted, and they given appropriate sentences. So in terms of the Dangerous Drugs Act, Chapter 15.02, a panel is then set up which comprise all these relevant entities, including the police, who then have to coordinate and witness the destruction of these drugs and substances. So what we are witnessing here at Salimgad Hospital is a culmination of all these activities, all the operations where the police has been effecting arrests and recovering exhibits. And I want to thank Zimbabweans for the cooperation and urge them to continue giving the police information on drug barons, on drug lords, or anyone who is involved in illicit drug activities. Some of these drugs were recovered at the country's points of entry and exit, the country's borders. And some of them, they were recovered from cross borders who were trying to sell these drugs throughout the country. So that's why we are saying the war against drug and substance abuse is certainly on, and there is no going back.
With that story, we'll take a short break. Join us in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. We're in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Thank you for staying with us. Following a spate of accidents which killed 18 and injured many more along the Masingo-Mutare Highway, ZRP Masingo Central Traffic carried out crime awareness campaigns at the Mutare-Masingo route. The officer commanding ZRP Masingo Province, Commissioner Frederick Unami Mbengwa, led the campaigns and prayer sessions.
Taungana nhasi nenyaya yokushushikana yekurasika kwaita upenyu muroad iyoyi ichibva mumasvingo iyoyi yakananga kuMutare. Zvimwe zvichikonzerwa nekuti isusu madhiraivha tinogona kunge tichinda tiri paselfoni, uchitaura paselfoni uko uri kudhiraivha, hausatarisi kwauri kuenda. Mugwagwa uno kubva musi wa1 June 2024 kusvika kupera kwaMei gore rino 2025, kubva pa0 kilometers uchibuda mutauni kunosvika 20 kilometers pakaita tsaona 7, pakafa vanhu 12, pakakuwara vanhu 8. Kubva pa21 kilometers kusvika pa40 kilometers pakaita maaccident maviri 2, pakafa vanhu vaviri, hakuna vakakuwara. Kubva pa41 kilometers kusvika pa60 kilometers pakaitika tsaona 4, kukafa vanhu 4, hakuna akakuwara. Tichisanganisa zvese izvozvi pakaita maaccident 13, pakakuwara vanhu 8, pakafa vanhu 18. Izvi zviri kurakidza kuti tarashikirwa neupenyu hwevanhu vakawanda. Saka tiri kuti ngatitarisei kukosha kwekutarisa murodhi kana tichifamba, kukosha kwekufamba nespidi ishoma.
Say Masingo Provincial Hospital, we have been having numerous campaigns, numerous advertisements ekuti conscientize drivers. Ndafara zingaiti pandadanwa pano, ndinovimba ticharamba tichishandidzana as a stakeholder with the Traffic Safety Council and the Zimbabwe Republic Police. Murambe mchitidana tichiva tinobatana pamwe tichidzidzisa vanhu.
We have come to pray because of the rate of accidents along this road, and we believe that God has heard our prayers that accidents are going to be reduced drastically along this road. So we are working together with the ZRP Masingo and all other stakeholders to educate the motorists not to overspeed or to drive drunk.
Moving on to this week's road safety segment, let us hear more from the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
We have noted with great concern the number of school children who are using unlicensed vehicles to go to and from school. In most cases, these vehicles overload children, which is very unsafe, posing a risk to the lives of the children. We therefore would like to urge parents that when they are looking for a vehicle to do school run for them, they should take note of the conditions of the vehicle, ensuring that the vehicle is roadworthy. They should also be present and involved in the ongoings of their children's transportation so that they shun some reckless behavior and conditions that some drivers put their children in. We also encourage them to inquire if the driver is trained in defensive driving course and if the driver is a licensed driver. It is our plea that parents be involved in the ongoings of their children, especially as they go to and from school. We would like to give a stern warning to those who are in the business of ferrying children that failure to follow the rules and regulations that govern public service vehicles, the long arm of the law will catch up with them.
In other news, following a post that was made on the Zimbabwe Public Police X platform, where 46,000 United States dollars was stolen from a car which was parked in Kwekwe Central Business District, the Zimbabwe Public Police would like to notify the public that the suspect has been arrested. Linus Chuma, aged 40, was arrested in connection with this case. On 8 June 2025, detectives from CID Homicide Bulawayo received information which linked the suspect to the case. The detectives made a follow-up and arrested the suspect at a house in Country Park, Bulawayo. The arrest led to the recovery of a Samsung M13 cell phone suspected to have been bought using the stolen money. The suspect's getaway car, a Toyota Mark X registration number AFO 6880, registration plates AFA 1529, a driller, rivet gun, and various clothes which were captured on CCTV being worn by one of the suspects at the crime scene. The other suspects, Tetelani Ndlovu, Isau Mazarura, Beginkosi Chuma, Mpilwenhle Ndlovu, Olani Chuma, Kukuletu Kumalo, and Reason Moyo, also known as Tsorinso, are still at large. The Zimbabwe Public Police urges the public with information which may lead to the arrest of the other suspects to contact the National Complaints Desk on 0242 703 631 or WhatsApp on 0712 800 197. We'll take another short break. Join us in the third and final segment. We're in the third and final segment. S30E Moborain is investigating a case where a 3-year-old died due to drowning at a school in their area. The teacher who was responsible for taking care of the children have since been arrested and charged with culpable homicide.
The accused person, Martha Carota Rice, aged 50 years, was at a workplace, St. Anne's Primary School, attending to an early childhood development class. The accused person was left in charge of 7 pupils together with the now deceased by the school authorities. The accused person negligently left the children unattended by an adult whilst getting inside the school building. The now deceased Eroy Tinayeshe Mutandiro, aged 3, was later found floating in a swimming pool which was not protected. The accused person is the one who retrieved the now deceased from the swimming pool after drowning, and she asked for the help from the other people who were at the school. The accused person was arrested and taken to court and is charged on culpable homicide.
There's been a worrying trend of residential homes being converted to schools. The Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education's Director of Communications and Advocacy, Mr. Taunga Nandoro, spoke on this and also highlighted other issues surrounding the registration of schools.
The Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education is deeply concerned with incidences of loss of life or other malpractices that are occurring at unregistered schools. It is therefore our clarion call as the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education to all parents that please desist from sending your children to unregistered schools. Only last week we lost a 3-year-old toddler at one of the private schools which was unregistered, who drowned in a swimming pool because the teacher who was supposed to take care of that child was negligent. These cases may be happening throughout the country due to these unregistered schools, which we as a ministry cannot be able to tell that it actually exists. So as a parent, if you send your child to an unregistered school, you're doing so at your own peril. We urge all parents and stakeholders and guardians that when they're enrolling their child at any school, even established schools, just asks for the registration certificate. In fact, that registration certificate should be displayed, it should be clearly visible, and it should be available on demand. The registration process is very easy. First of all, you need to approach the district office, but you need to approach the district office whilst you have sufficient land with a minimum of at least 4 hectares. When they've done that, they then approach the district office, which will then facilitate their registration through checking on all other processes such as compliance with the city laws, compliance with the rural district council laws or the bylaws, the local government laws. All things being equal and all things being above board, the registration will not take you more than a month.
It is now time for people on the police wanted list. ZRP Nyazura is looking for Tinashe Mafumo of Rukweza village, Nyazura, for a case of rape. Moses Mufandaeta of Zumbani village, Goromonzi, is wanted by ZRP Nyazura for a case of attempted murder. Bernard Raza of Muradzikwa village, Nyazura, is wanted by ZRP Nyazura for a case of murder. Should you have any information that may assist in the location of any of those wanted persons, feel free to visit any nearest police establishment or contact us on the following details. Call us on our National Complaints Desk number 0242 703 631 or chat with us on our WhatsApp number 0712 800 197. Visit our website www.zrp.gov.zw or email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. You can also get in touch with us on our X platform at Police Zimbabwe or on our ZRP Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. You can also watch all Crime and Road Safety Watch episodes on our ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. It has been a pleasure having you along. From the Crime and Road Safety Watch crew behind the scenes and I, Onesisa Sibanda, a father's love is eternal, patient and unconditional. Therefore, let us be fathers who are not perpetrators of violent crimes against children and women. Happy Father's Day.